good morning, everybody. If you don't already know me, my name is Junior. I'm a recovering drug addict. I've got almost 9 years clean. I work as a drug and alcohol counselor at a treatment center. And I'm just headed home from the gym this morning. And I was doing meditation on the hydro massage table like I do after I get done at the gym. And I was kind of reflecting on some conversations that I had yesterday with some clients. And it ended up being last night for my group I did last night. It was on the 3 levels of spirituality, which I don't have the paper in front of me now to read it to you exactly, but I can upload that later. I'll do another video and I'll read it. But breaking it down to the basics, in my eyes, the first level would be basically learning what love is and how to love. And to me, the most basic way that I can explain loving somebody is doing something for someone else with absolutely no expectations of anything in return. And that's hard to do. It really is. If we question what we're doing on a regular basis, we'll notice that our motives aren't always totally pure. A lot of times we may not even recognize that we do have intentions of getting something in return, and we're not noticing it right away. So that first level of spirituality to me is learning what it is and how to do it. The second level of the spirituality, as I see it, is once we've understood that love and realized that we can do it, is we go out of our way to make sure that we give it to others instead of receiving it. Like, that's our goal. Our goal isn't going out and looking to be loved like that. Our goal is to go out and give it to other people. And then the third level is simply being love. That's it. Most spiritual beliefs, religions, their ultimate achievement is enlightenment, which is bringing light where there's darkness. So the ultimate achievement to me, that third level of spirituality, would be me emanating love with everything that I do. When somebody meets you, there's no question on who you are and your motives. They know, they can feel it from you, that your whole purpose is to love. Not just to love people, but to be loved. Because that's what really rubs off on people. When they can watch you and see that you're completely pure with your intentions of wanting to just love everything, everybody, as often as you can. Now, one of the conversations that we had in the group last night was that somebody doesn't have a higher power, isn't religious, so didn't think that the enlightenment could apply to them. Well, the way that I see it, it does. Okay? You don't have to have a higher power, God, be religious, any of that stuff to reach a sense of enlightenment in your life. And a good example of this would be many of the Eastern philosophies. But one that really sticks out in my mind is Aikido. Okay? And the guy that Aikido originated from this guy. It's all a philosophy and a way of life. And if you ever get a chance to read his book, it's called The Art of Peace. Okay? It's phenomenal. And the gist of what this guy talks about is that the best warriors win their wars through peace. Get that? The warriors win through peace. And they know this. The strong warriors understand this concept. It's the same way we have to live our lives. This is a battle, especially when you're a recovering addict or alcoholic, or any addiction. This is truly a battle. And it's a battle that has to be won by love and peace and understanding how all that stuff works and ties together. So this gentleman that didn't think that this applies to him because he's not religious and doesn't have a higher power, doesn't believe in that kind of stuff, after we talked about it for a while, he was able to understand the concept and how it applies to him. Just because he doesn't have any of those spiritual, godly beliefs doesn't mean he can't be enlightened in his life. Doesn't mean he can't learn how to love. Doesn't mean he can't have faith. People have a misconception of faith, I think, sometimes, and I was one of them, where I thought faith only described a religious belief in a higher power, God. But that's not what faith is. It can be. But faith, it's really simple. It's learning how to believe that something can happen that you've never seen or witnessed before. Right? So although up until this point I could never see myself as being sober or clean, not doing any drugs or alcohol at all in my life, I'd never seen that happen, so I didn't think it was possible until I learned how to have faith. I didn't have to experience it or see it to believe it could happen. I just had to have faith that something different was possible. And it is, up to this point, almost 9 years. January will be 9 years. I've never seen myself with 9 years of sobriety, but I have faith that it can happen. It's an awesome feeling to learn that you can have faith without having a higher power or God. It's extremely liberating. It also allows me to have faith in other areas of my life, like being able to love people without any expectations of anything in return. I don't fucking care if they give me something back. It's not my purpose in doing it. And with the belief, the simple belief that I have with love, it's really easy for me to give it away to somebody. It can be a simple gesture like holding the door open for somebody behind me when I'm walking into the store. And, you know, in the past, I would think that I was doing that out of kindness because that's what I was taught when I was younger. You do that to be polite, be kind. But I would also notice that if somebody would walk in when I hold the door open for them and they didn't say thank you, it would piss me off. And it'd be like, fuck, you're welcome. Fuck. You know, we get mad about it. That's not truly loving somebody. I don't care if they say thank you. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to be kind to them. And in this fucked up world, that might be the nicest thing that somebody has happen to them in that entire fucking day, that you hold the door open for them without any expectations. Right? I think this is really important for a number of reasons, but when we got into it with our group last night and one of my clients yesterday talking about it, what we got stuck on was, one, people don't know what their purpose is in life or think that they necessarily have one. Two, they're holding on to their past so hard that they can't see anything but their mistakes or the experiences they've had. Well, here's the problem with that. You can't fucking change them. They've already happened. Right? I've got to let that stuff go. And if I don't know what my purpose is in life, if I can have faith that I do have a purpose, who's to say that those experiences that I'm holding myself back with weren't fucking intentional? Every shitty thing that I've done to somebody, everything I've experienced that's painful, every negative comment, statement, action that I've had, as horrible as it feels to me or to the person that I did it to, might have had a purpose, because every one of those fucking things pushed me to be the man that I'm supposed to be right now for my purpose. But if I don't understand what my purpose is or think that I have one, I might let all that negative stuff get in the way of actually ever getting there. So I promise you, I truly believe this. I believe that everything happens for a reason. So I promise you, no matter how much bullshit you've caused in your life, instead of letting it hold you back in a negative space, I promise you, you are exactly where you're supposed to be right now. It may not feel like it, but I promise you, you are. There's a plan for you. Whether you actually ever even know what it is or not, there's a plan for you. I promise. So instead of holding on to that negativity. Let's accept that we can't change it. Let's move forward and be the people we're supposed to be. Be the man, be the woman that you're supposed to be, and take those negative experiences and turn them into something you can build on. Turn them into something you can use. Use that pain that you've caused or you've had happen to you to express love to somebody else. But I promise you, no matter what, you might feel like you're running behind in life compared to other people, but you're not. You're exactly where you're intended to be. Have a great day.